If you're looking for a small SUV, luxury SUV, definitely don't skip this one. This is a 2023 Lexus NX 250 in premium trim level. And thanks to Lexus of Sarasota, I'm going to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out from the exterior, interior, pop the hood, see what powers up this thing, play with some cool and interesting technology on the interior. And at the end of this video, I'm going to take you for a spin. And if this is the first time we meet, my name is Matt here on Matt the Carguy. I post 2 car reviews every single week. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and check out the rest of my channel. It really helps me out if you hit that subscribe button after you watch this video and like that. Give me 2 thumbs up. For 2023, Lexus NX remains basically the same as the 2022 model year, and that's when it got the major redesign. So let's check this out up front. It's pretty nice and sexy and sleek look of it. Flat top right here on the hood. Now you do have this huge grille. I don't know, let me know what you think about it. I'm not huge fan of this big grills on Lexus, but if it's not too shiny, not too bright, and not too chrome, it actually looks pretty good. Large Lexus logo. It has this sporty finish to the bottom portion of here, and then it does have this nice sporty trim with the fog lights. LED fog lights right here. This is partially open, allowing more air to get through here for better aerodynamics. And then if you look at this light setup, it is actually LED daytime running lights, LED lights in here, and still an incandescent bulb for the turn signal. I'm not sure why Lexus does it, but they've been doing this hybrid lights for quite a while. Now there's 4 different engine options that are available for this year's NX, and we have the base one. So let's check this out, what it is. Let's check out under the hood. So first of all, the base engine on this year's NX is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine producing 203 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's really not a speed demon. 0 to 60 is about 8.2 seconds. Now if you want a little bit faster, you can check out the NX 350 that has the 2.4 liter turbocharged engine, 275 horsepower, and there's also 2 hybrid powertrains. One of them is the NX 350H, and then there's also a new one that's coming up, which is the NX 450 Plus, which is going to be a plug-in hybrid. I'll get to each of those vehicles separately in another videos, so let's check this out. As far as the under the hood setup, you have the nice hood insulation, hood struts holding this hood nice and tall, and that's what we have here. Well, this year's NX shares its platform with its bigger sibling, the RX, as well as the Toyota RAV4. But they're 3 completely different vehicles. So as far as the looks, it's nice, it's sporty, it's stylish. Sometimes I think they make it almost too sporty because the performance doesn't always match the look of this vehicle. But, you know, as far as the color on it, now I call it graphite or dark gray. Lexus call it caviar or fish egg color, whatever you want to pronounce it as. And, you know, as far as the wheel and tire setup, we have the 18-inch wheels that come standard on this vehicle. Multi-spoke, really nice design, kind of graphite on the interior and polished aluminum right on the face over here. They're wrapped in the 235/60 tires, Bridgestone all-season tires. What we have is some matte cladding around the wheels as well as the bottom of the doors. Now the windows are surrounded by this chrome trim piece over here, and it does have the same kind of entry system like we've seen on the RX, where this is kind of the electronics, doesn't really have the real door handle that separates from the door. You just push the button and pull the door open. So that would be the side of it. Let's check out the back. This cool sporty look continues in the back, and I actually like the back setup. The lights are all LED, so in front you've seen that there's some hybrid lights with the incandescent turn signals. These are all LED lights. That includes your tail lights, brake lights, it includes the reverse lights as well as the turn signals. Third brake light is right here, and also don't forget about this blade light that goes throughout the entire gate. Lexus spelled out right here, NX 250. That's the indication what trim level we have. Exposed wiper, and then scrolling down in here, this is pretty cool. Not only it's a design element, but it's also functional. It's slightly open to allows the air to come out of here for better aerodynamics, and nice sporty bumper, even though you don't have any exhaust tips that are visible. Reflector lights, and the combination of this matte black as well as the piano black colors over here. Now what we also have, we have the ability to open the gate by basically, you know, moving your foot or hand underneath here, and that works pretty good. Some of the other ones are not as accurate. Lexus has it spot on. Let's check out how much room we have. Once the gate is open, you can see that there's quite a bit of room on the interior off here, so not too shabby for a small SUV. You can definitely put some stuff in here. Now we have this cargo cover that can be removed, and this is actually a different design of a cargo cover, and take it out and you can fold it in half so it doesn't take up too much space. Now, do we have anything underneath the floor here? And yes, we do. There's some more storage, and that's quite deep, so if you want to hide something, that's definitely a perfect place to do it. Now the seats fold down. That's a 60-40 split, manual deal. You know, you can fold them down. Then I have my backpack in front, so it's not going to fall down completely, but you get the idea. If you needed to load something that's taller or longer, you can definitely do that in here. You know, surprisingly, I do have quite a bit of room in here, even though this is a compact SUV, so smaller SUV. I'm barely touching my knees to the front seat, and if I really wanted to, I can really squeeze that out another inch or so. It'd still be fairly comfortable in the front. Now, I have it adjusted to my regular driving position, and I am 6 feet tall for a point of reference. I do have, I'd say, about 2.5 inches of headroom, even with this sunroof here. And shoulder room is plentiful, so I mean, that's no complaints here. The interior is nice and plush, as most of the Lexus is, so let me show it to you. We're going to start this with this rear door panel. Starting right on top of here, you do have the speaker as well as this pretty cool looking three-dimensional looking trim. Now the red inlays in here indicates that it does have the red interior, so this is your door handle armrest, and then what you have here is the window and lock controls. Now the way you open the door is kind of like we've seen on the RX. You push this and that's going to unlock the door, releasing it, and then you just push the door open. Now in case of the battery failing, you do have a fail-safe, so right here you can see it tells you that if you pull it twice, it's going to open the door. It's going to act like a regular door handle. Right underneath here, you have a little bit more storage. You can put a bottle of water or maybe a drink in here, and then another speaker down here. Now, the seats in the back are different than the front one. So this is the man-made leather, red in color, but this full, it's not perforated. And in the middle, you do have the armrest that folds open, and it does have two cup holders here. In the middle, you have vents, which is nice for small SUVs, and then you have your power station that includes two USB-C ports as well as the regular cigarette lighter style adapter. And you do have a little bit of a bump, but not too bad. Both seats are equipped with the seat pockets for extra storage. And of course, before we get in, let's check out the sound of the closing door. Boom. Nice, solid, no complaints there. Front door panel, same as the back, with the addition of 3 memory seat settings, and then you have your window mirror lock controls. Same kind of door handle as we see in the back. Little storage inside. Both seats, driver and passenger, are powered, and then you can see the seats are different in the front. So these are the new Lux Lexus seats. They're heated and ventilated. on this particular one. They're nicely carved out, nicely profiled, but not bad. Even for a bigger person, I think they're going to be very nice and comfortable. So let's jump inside. Let's see what new technology we have here. Lexus NX. I gotta tell you, I haven't done the 22, so I'm really excited about doing this one because I can see it does have some cool technology in here. I want to tell you all about it. But overall, the look of this interior, again, nice, sleek. Everything is driver oriented. So if you look at the screen, they kind of tilt it towards the driver. Yeah, they have a big start engine right in the middle. Steering wheel, again, on the sporty side. It does have a lot of buttons on it. It does have the shifters. Remember, this is not a CVT transmission on this vehicle, so we're going to definitely check that out. Now, as far as the buttons, on the left hand side you have the back button, then you have the select button up and down. That controls what's going on in the instrument cluster. You also have your volume button, voice control, and on the right hand side you have your cruise control, dynamic cruise control, different modes for the radio. You can also skip the tracks over here. Over here you have the lane keep assist, and then basically the main button for the cruise control. Lexus logo in the middle. Overall nice 3-spoke steering wheel, very nice to the touch, leather wrapped, so feels really good. Now, 2 different screens are available. This is the base one, 9.8-inch screen, but if that wasn't big enough for you, you can choose a 14-inch screen as well. But before we get to the screen, let's check out what's going on in the instrument cluster. So in the middle right here, you have a tachometer with the speedometer displayed in the middle, and on the right hand side you have your fuel gauge and the temperature gauge, and top you can see the hour and the temperature, as well as on the left hand side you can see that's something that's customizable. So right now we have a trip, and then we can switch it to compass, audio, lane adaptive cruise control mode, and then messages if there were any, as far as the maintenance or anything that the car want to tell you. And now some of them have sub menus, so like this trip meter, you can scroll down and kind of go through some other information that is available in here. And so you have like the G meter, accelerator, braking, right, left, and then you have your gear position. Then there's a last screen that's blank. And moving on to the infotainment system. Okay, so right on the left hand side of it, you can see that you have this big start stop engine button. So that's how you start the vehicle, and this is your main screen. So once you set it up, it's not going to ask you every time you start it as far as which language you want to use or anything like this. So this screen we've seen before, this display, navigation, this is a subscription-based navigation, but good thing is that you do have the Android Auto. It is wireless, so as you can see, it's displayed nicely over here. This is your main Android Auto screen, and in order to go back to Lexus, you can do that. But map, I like this display. It takes up basically the entire screen up on top. Now the screen is divided into 2 different portions. The top one is basically for your radio navigation, etc. The bottom portion of the screen is reserved for the climate control, so we're going to check that out. All right, well, it's going back to the Lexus infotainment system. What else do we have? You have the sources as far as the radio. So right now we have my phone, Apple Music, Amazon Music, radio, FM, AM, and XM radio. As far as the phone, my phone is connected to it right now. Let's go to the vehicle settings. You have plenty of different safety features over here. So you have the lane departure alert system, intuitive parking assist, parking support, brake, blind spot monitor, safe exit assist, rear cross traffic alert, rear camera detection, roadside assist, and you can turn them on and off. So if they're blue, they're turned on. If you want to turn them off, you just click on those. As far as the vehicle settings, right now we're in the guest mode, but you can actually set up your profile and set up your personal info, Bluetooth and devices. Now if I set up the account with Lexus, every time I get into these Lexus vehicles that have this infotainment system, I'll be able to pair my phone, or without pairing my phone, I'll be able to use it as Android Auto, etc. General settings, so you have the accessibility, date and time, language units, etc. So pretty self-explanatory. Wi-Fi, you can, it's a subscription based, of course. You can set up a Wi-Fi, I think it's an AT&T in the United States that has this. You can do vehicle customize, meter lights, illumination, door control. Now this is a fairly basic model. Now if you want to a higher trim level, you have the 64 color ambient lighting. You don't have this on this particular one, so I can't show it to you. Boarding and exit, seat slide full, steering column tilt. That's a great feature because it gives you the maximum room to get in and out of the vehicle. Moves the seat all the way back and puts the steering wheel up, so it gives you room to get in. Tire pressure, climate, utility, so all of those you can control. Quite frankly, you know, a lot of other manufacturers like Mercedes-Benz with their MBU X and the BMW as well as Audi have a little bit more sophisticated systems, a little bit more customization, but this is not bad. Definitely a step forward from the last generation one. As I said, the bottom portion of the screen, that's reserved for the climate control, and the seats in the front are heated and ventilated, and you know, I can have them at auto, so basically what it is whatever temperature you set up, it's going to determine whether you need the heated seats, ventilated seats, etc. Different vent positioning right here. Now it is a dual zone climate control, so I can have a different temperature for the driver, different for the passenger. And then at the bottom you have some hard buttons for as far as the front window defogger and the rear and mirror defrosters. Right here are the vents, and you can open it up, close it, move them sideways. Right, so they're a little bit lower than you can see on most of the vehicle, but still pretty good as far as the air coming out of them. So you do have the hazard lights over here, and you know what, I like this design. You've seen it on some of the Camrys and the ESs. You have this S curve that kind of goes around this vehicle, and you have this red inserts, which really breaks it up nicely. So this knob right here is to change your mode, so you can have different drive modes as long as you like the eco, normal, or sport. Those are the three driving modes that are available. So does it do anything inside of here? So it does change color. As far as right now we have sport, and then if I wanted to go to eco, it turns it blue, sports turn it red, and then you know, it basically no color if you go to the normal driving mode. So scroll down back in here, I have my other phone that's charging wirelessly right now. This is a nice feature that this vehicle is equipped with. You have the USB-C and the regular USB outlet. Okay, so Lexus gives you two key fob holders, basically. Those are the leather ones, really nice. The key, by the way, the key is nice and sleek. Okay, this is your Lexus key, so you have the lock, unlock, hold for the gate, and then hold for the panic button, and you have the Lexus log on the other side. So really nice. It's pretty good feel to this key. And if you wanted to open it up, you basically push this to release the manual key that's inside of here. All right, so going back to this, so you have this shifter like we've seen on the RX, and in order to shift it into drive, you actually have to move it to the left and then move it down, and then you're in drive now. And then you have to shift it to the left and up to put it in reverse. And once I have it in the reverse, let's check out the rear view camera. So overall, a pretty good quality camera. It really does have, you know, nice resolution as far as the screen and the camera. I can see all the pebbles in the back. It is a basic camera, so I mean the only thing you have the regular trajectory lines, active trajectory lines, and you have two different angles, and that's pretty much it for this camera. And scrolling down here, you have the you can turn off that automatic engine on and off feature, turn off your traction control. This is your brake hold, and this is your parking brake. Now, cup holders, storage that you have on the side over here. Now, the pretty cool thing about Lexus is that it opens both ways. So depending on if your passenger wants to open it, they don't have to reach back to your side, or vice versa. So it can be open basically on either side. All right, so this is the interior of it. Up on top, okay, regular mirror. You do have the HomeLink system, and over here you have the lights. Those are LED lights, touch lights. Sunroof, okay, There's no panoramic sunroof on this particular one, but we do have the regular sunroof feature. Let me see if I can open this up. I have to close the tilt first in order to... Oh, it does have the manual sunshade, and now it's tilted up, so I have to close it. And if I wanted to open this up, slide it open, I can. There's no windscreen or anything like this in front, but it does let quite a bit of light inside the cabin. And we close that, so reduce all this glare. And you have the illuminated mirrors, driver and passenger side. That would be the interior of this 2023 Lexus NX. Take it for a spin. All right, before we take it for a spin, let's take a quicker look at the Lexus website and let's see what trim levels are available for this year's NX. Base one NX 250, $39,755. That's what I have right here, front wheel drive. Now, this one is equipped with a premium package that adds quite a bit of luxury features. So you do have the heated ventilated seats, you do have the power tilt and telescoping moonroof, some interior trim accents. So that's what you'll have with the premium trim package. That adds about $3,000. So this particular one is $43,940, and that includes the destination charge. I'm going to post everything in the description of this video so you know what I'm showing you. Now, there's also a luxury trim that's about $6,000 that adds even more luxury features. I believe it also has that 14-inch screen that this one doesn't have. So if we go into the styles, NX350 all-wheel drive, NX350 F-Sport handling all-wheel drive, NX350 all-wheel drive hybrid, NX450H Plus all-wheel drive, 450H Plus F-Sport handling all-wheel drive. So different trim levels. Let's see what the top of the line, which is the plug-in hybrid sport handling all-wheel drive, that starts at $58,955. And then if I wanted to build my own and add the packages, now I'd have the premium package, a luxury package, which is $6,150, and that has a lot of equipment. Well, I'm not gonna read everything what it says in here. You can definitely check it out yourself on Lexus's website. I'm also gonna definitely try to bring it on the channel so you can see what the difference in performance is. Speaking of which, let's take it for a quick spin. Now, I got this open parking lot in here, so I can definitely check out some acceleration as well as turning and overall handling of this vehicle. Then I'm going to take it on the road. So first things first, as always, I'm going to check out the turning radius here. Stop in this parking spot, turn the wheel all the way to the left, and I'm going to count parking spots. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just over 4 parking spots. So basically very similar to what we had on any of the small sport utilities. Now, as far as the agility, I'm going to speed it up a little bit and see, you know, how the handling is. Now, I do have it in the normal mode, probably switch it in the sport mode, check it out again, see if it tightens it up a little bit. Not too much. Well, I gotta tell you, this is a Lexus, and Lexuses are known for its smooth and plush ride. So definitely the suspension is going to be on the softer side. You can't really compare it to like a Mercedes-Benz or BMW or Audi. But stop and go acceleration from here, you know, dead stop, let's go. Get it up to about 35 miles an hour here in this parking lot. You can definitely hear the engine. Let's hope we're going to be able to open it up a little bit more on the road. So overall, it's a pretty comfortable ride. A couple things though. You can hear a little bit of that road noise. So I'm not sure if it's an insulation or, you know, if these are the tires that are installed on this vehicle. Not sure what that is. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it around. All right, guys, I'm at a dead stop right here. Let's go. I got it up to 59 miles an hour here, and I tell you, this is not the most thrilling acceleration. Well, you probably want to opt in for the 275 horsepower to 350 if you wanted a little bit more of it. But for what it is, it's not a performance SUV. It's a small, compact, luxury SUV. It's a nice visibility on this vehicle. Plenty of room. It does have quite a bit for driver, passenger. You know, it's nice, it's soft. You definitely don't buy it for the driving aspect or the thrill of drive aspect, if you will. You might want to opt in for the bigger engine, one of the bigger engines that it has available. This one will get you from point A to point B, definitely in comfort and style, but if you're looking for the thrill of driving, you might want to consider checking out the German competition, such as BMW, Mercedes, or Audi. But this one is not bad. So, guys, thanks you very much for watching. I hope you liked it, and I hope you learned something from this video. And if you did, do me a favor, give me the like. And if you like watching automotive content and you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, go ahead and do so. There's a little red subscribe button at the bottom of this screen. Go ahead and hit that, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.